morning, or depending when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told, out of Voice of Radio. So today we need to take a look at what is going on with this new Alakazam. Now, we're going to talk about Alakazam. It's a really interesting card. We're going to get all up in it. It's going to be awesome. But we need to, just before we get going, point out that yes, this is going to be the promo for the Gardevoir Elite Trainer box. Now, technically, it's not confirmed, but look, we know that the Elite Trainer box promo for the Gardevoir Elite Trainer box is going to be an Alakazam of some description, an illustration rare. This is an illustration rare Alakazam. There isn't another one we're waiting on, so yeah. Technically, I suppose it could be something else, but come on. We know the deal at this point. They have gone and literally just shown us the Riolu, which is going to be in the Lucario Elite Trainer box, which is lovely. They haven't gone and done that here, so technically it's not actually confirmed, but we know the deal at this stage. We know it's going to be an Alakazam. This is the only real option here. So this isn't going to be in the set proper. It's going to be taken out of the set to be used as an Elite Trainer box promo. Cool. The question is, do we care? Is it any good? And the answer is, might be, mate. Might be. We got ourselves a stage 2, 140 HP. And we got ourselves an ability whereby when you evolve into it, draw 3 cards. Once during your turn, when you play this card from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon, you may draw 3 cards. That's good, ladies and gentlemen. That's pretty good. Drawing 3 on evolution is good. Here's the problem. Dunsparce. Or to be more specific, Dunsparce. Because Dunsparce has a very similar kind of thing, whereby it's a stage 1, not a stage 2, and you can draw 3 cards and then shuffle this Pokemon and all cards attached to it into your deck. Couple of advantages here. Firstly, the obvious one, it's a stage 1 rather than a stage 2, but also it gets out the way. If you're playing this for draw, you kind of want it out the way. You want to do the draw and get rid of it. And you can evolve up into the Dunsparce and then immediately use the ability and draw 3 cards. But actually, another fun little advantage of the Dunsparce here is that you don't have to draw on evolution. You draw at any time after evolution. That's a very big difference, because what it means is you can chill out for a bit. If you've got the evolution in hand now, if you're worried about being Iono'd or whatever, then you can just play the Dunsparce. But you don't have to do it right now, as in you don't have to activate the ability. That's genuinely a really big advantage. A really big advantage. So look, in terms of draw, no. This is not being played for draw. As a side note, we actually do have the Kadabra here, which draws 2 cards on evolution. Now, we're not using this as a draw engine. Also worth noting, the Dunsparce was in Temporal Forces, so it will actually survive the next rotation. That's a very big deal. We're not using Kadabra or Alakazam for draw here. It's not good enough to be used for draw. That's not the point. Although actually, I do want to point out, in Pokemon Pocket right now, Sylveon EX, a 2 prizer when you evolve into it, stage 1 obviously, you draw 2 cards. In Pokemon Pocket, Sylveon is absolutely busted great. But you're playing with 20 card decks, so drawing 2 is the equivalent of drawing 6 in the regular TCG. And also, there's not that great draw generally, so yeah, it's not the same. In Pocket, phenomenal. Here it's not. But that's not really the point now, is it? Because this isn't all there is. There's an attack. And the attack says, put 2 damage counters on your opponent's active Pokemon for each card in your hand. Oh, okay. Now we're good. And essentially, the drawing ability is not a reason to play this. I've just shown you we have better draw. But if you want to play this as an attacker, the draws a phenomenal bonus. And honestly, it's not even that much of a bonus here. because, well, you got to bear in mind you need cards in hand in order to actually make this work. So, yeah, drawing free cards with Alakazam here isn't just drawing free cards, it's placing extra damage. It is worth noting it's dropping damage counters. It's not actually doing damage. That's pretty gosh darn relevant. Take something like Cornerstone Mask Ogerpon as an example. Stops damage from Pokemon with abilities. Kind of annoying, right? This isn't damage, ladies and gentlemen. This is placing damage counters. So you would be able to damage Cornerstone Mask Ogerpon. Anything that stops damage, and there are a few of them out there, this will go through because you're placing damage counters. That's kind of a big deal. The only real issue I'm finding here is this takes a long time to get rolling. Like, let's take our old friend Cornerstone Mask Ogerpon. 210 HP, so you need 11 cards in hand. 11 cards in hand means you drop 22 damage counters, and then you get the KO 220 damage. 11 cards in hand is a lot. That means you need 8 cards in hand before you evolve up into Alakazam. And remember, Alakazam only actually gives you +2 in hand because you play Alakazam, -1 in hand, draw 3. So let's say you played Professor's Research. You have a hand of 7 cards. One of those cards is Alakazam. You don't then get 10 cards in hand. You go from 7 down to 6 when you play Alakazam, and then back up to 9. That's 180 damage. That's not that much. It's great against single prize Pokemon, absolutely. It's not that great against multiple prize Pokemon. The argument here is that you're doing this while you're drawing a bunch of cards, and it's worth it because of all of that. You're getting a decent attacker, which also happens to be a way to get a bunch of cards in hand at the same time. It's fine, but I don't think it's phenomenal. Now, it is worth noting we do have Alakazam EX, which comes off the same evolution line, so you can use your Kadabra here as just a way to draw on your way to Alakazam. Does 30 more damage for each of your opponent's bench, 90 base for 2 energy. It's fine. 2 energy, 120, you can use it on the bench. It's alright. And then we've got the Alakazam that came around in Twilight Masquerade that confuses while moving any number of damage counters from your opponent's Pokemon to their others in any way you like, or does 50 for each energy attached to your opponent's active, plus 10 base. Not phenomenal cards. I'm not really seeing a huge amount of play right now, but they can all take advantage of the Kadabra, which is very, very nice, while also giving you other options. Like, if you want to go down the Alakazam route, there are ways to go here. It's all right. I'm not that excited about this Alakazam. I don't think it's terrible by any stretch of the imagination. I just think it's fine. If you're looking for a draw engine, don't play this. Play the Dunsparce. It's just better. And it will survive the next rotation as well. However, if you want to be playing around with a decent attacker that's dropping damage counters, not damage, that's awesome. And it has got a decent little attack, and when you combine that with the draw, that can be kind of nice. But I'm giving this an ordinary, everyday, solid, run-of-the-mill, free Wassies. I don't think this is terrible, nor do I think it's particularly good. I think it's fine. What I really want here is another Alakazam. And if we put the three we've got side by side, we kind of got something going on there. Your opponent plays a very wide bench, especially if they're using like Area Zero Underdepths. Alakazam EX does big damage. They attach lots of energy. You do big damage with Psychic. If they end up with a lot of damage on themselves, well, Twilight Masquerade, Alakazam comes in there as well. If you're being blocked or you've got a giant hand size, then this new Alakazam comes in. And maybe there's a way that we can take all three of these Alakazam and kind of mash them into one viable deck. Please remember, if you're doing that, the naming here is very important. Alakazam and Alakazam EX have different names, so you can play 4 Alakazam EX and 4 regular Alakazam. It's alright, it's not stunning, but I've told you what you need to know, and now it's over to you guys. Do remember this will be your promo for the Elite Trainer Box, as I said a minute ago. Go nuts in the comment section, but be nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi. That's where we talk about Pokemon and a whole bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all kinds of fun things. And get shoutouts on the channel like the lovely Smash Cafe, who've been supporting for a little while now and seem lovely. So shout out to them for the support and the loveliness. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.